Mark, I think I finally figured it out. The secret to staying motivated, it's all about food.
Food. Now we're talking. Please do enlighten me.
Well, I read this study that says food can fuel motivation. You can't eat that cupcake until you finish your task.
Right? Oh, so you're basically bribing yourself with sweets?
Exactly. And guess what? I've never been so productive in my life. The trick is to set a goal and have a reward system, preferably something chocolate.
So you're saying motivation equals cake?
Cake or cookies, yes. And, I don't make the rules.
Well, if that's the case, I might need to write a few more tasks down. Maybe I can even get a pizza in between.
Hey there, English learners. Welcome back to Speaking English Daily Dose, your cozy corner to learn English through real-life conversations. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Mark. Before we jump in, a huge thank you to all of you. We absolutely love hearing from you. Your comments, your stories, they truly brighten our days.
Honestly, when we read that you listened while getting ready or during a walk, we feel like we're all part of one big global family with different time zones and snacks.
Exactly. And if you're enjoying these episodes, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and maybe share with a friend who's learning English. Learning together makes it so much more fun, right?
And if you're new, no worries. This episode is B1 level. If you're somewhere in between, neither a beginner nor advanced, this episode is just for you.
And don't stress if you're a beginner. Just let the English wash over you. It's all about getting comfortable with the language.
That's right. We like slow and cozy English, not that fast, scary stuff.
Absolutely. No scary English here.
Mark, I have a question for you.
Oh, I'm a little nervous, but go ahead.
Have you ever looked at someone's life and thought, I'm behind, I'm still trying to catch up?
Oh, definitely. I see people with new jobs, new homes, all these milestones. And then I think, wait, I just figured out how to fold my laundry properly.
Or you watch your friend buy a new apartment while you're still in your childhood bedroom, the same old posters on the wall.
Yeah, and you think, did I miss a memo? It's like you're running in place and everyone else is miles ahead.
If you've ever felt that way, whether in love, your career, or even your English learning journey, this episode is for you.
We're diving into why it's never too late to start fresh. And not just big things like a new job or moving cities, but also the little things, your health, your confidence, even how you approach English.
We're also talking about that I'm late feeling. When there's this invisible clock in your head telling you what you should have done by a certain age.
Plus, we'll share some personal stories about times when we felt stuck and how we slowly started over. It's not just advice from a distance. We've been there.
But before we dive deep, let's keep things simple. Grab a notebook or just listen. Take it easy.
And we'll ask you a question along the way. What's one area of your life you wish you could restart? Just think about it for a second.
Yeah, it could be anything. Your English, your career, or maybe your mindset. Big or small, any change starts with a thought. Let's start with the feeling we've all had at some point. I'm behind. It's that overwhelming thought that everyone around you is ahead in life, while you're stuck trying to catch up. Imagine running in a race, but somehow you miss the starting line and are watching everyone else zoom ahead.
Oh, I've definitely been there. I remember in my late 20s, it seemed like everyone around me was settling down, buying homes, getting married, and even starting families. Meanwhile, I was bouncing between jobs, figuring out what I wanted to do, and still trying to figure myself out. It was like watching my friends race ahead while I was just standing still.
And during that time, you were discovering yourself, figuring out who you were and what you really wanted. It's easy to forget that the journey to self-discovery doesn't always look like a straight line, and it doesn't happen according to everyone else's timeline. But back then, you probably still felt like you were way behind, didn't you?
Absolutely. I'd look at my friends with their perfect lives and I thought, I'll never catch up. It felt like I had missed some kind of life memo, like I was stuck in a loop just repeating the same cycle of random jobs and no real direction. And that's where the I'm behind feeling really starts to get to you. It's not just about where you are. It's this deep, nagging sense that others are doing it better, faster, and that you're somehow late to your own life.
And it's so easy to get caught in that comparison trap, right? We spend so much time looking at other people's lives, usually through their social media accounts, and we think, wow, their life looks perfect. They're way ahead of me. But here's the thing, what we're actually comparing is not reality. It's just a highlight reel. People only post their successes, their happy moments, and their picture perfect life events. They don't post the struggles, the setbacks, or the times when they felt stuck or unsure.
Exactly. And that's where the grass isn't always greener on the other side. When you're looking at someone else's life and thinking it's so much better, remember that you might not be seeing everything. Sometimes that green grass is just well-edited photos and filtered posts. What looks perfect on the outside might not always feel that way on the inside.
It's so true. The truth is, we all have our own path to follow, and the timing of our lives won't always match up with others. Just because someone else seems to have it all figured out doesn't mean that you're behind. Life isn't a race with a set finish line, and you're not competing against anyone else. So often we judge ourselves based on someone else's timing, but that's not fair to ourselves. We're all on different timelines with different goals, dreams, and experiences.
Absolutely. And the most important thing is that it's okay not to be where you thought you'd be. It doesn't mean you've failed. It just means you're on your own path, moving at your own pace. Maybe you're figuring things out slowly, or maybe you're taking a detour, but that's completely fine. There's no universal timeline for success or happiness.
And here's the secret. You're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be. Everyone's journey is different, and comparing yourself to others just creates unnecessary pressure. Life isn't about checking off milestones in a certain order. It's about growing, learning, and finding what makes you happy at your own pace.
Right. And even if you feel like you're behind, remember, every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. It's not about how quickly you get there. It's about staying true to yourself, learning along the way, and celebrating the wins, however small they may seem. So if you feel behind today, that's okay. Keep going, and trust that you're moving in the right direction for you.
Let's dive into another feeling that we all go through at some point, feeling stuck. You know that time when everything feels exactly the same year after year? Work, home, your routine. It's like you're stuck in a loop, repeating the same things without any change.
Yep, I totally get that. That's what people often call stagnant. It's like being in a puddle of water that's not moving, still, quiet, and slowly starting to feel a little off. When things don't move, it can start to feel like you're stuck in one place, just waiting for something to change.
I've had my fair share of those moments too. Everything was just okay. My life wasn't falling apart, but there was no excitement, no spark, no change. It was like I was just going through the motions, not really living. It felt empty, like I wasn't really growing.
Exactly. It's not that things are bad, but you're just not moving forward. You're in a routine, but it feels like you're stuck in neutral, like you can't break out of the cycle. But here's the good news. Just like stagnant water can start to flow again, you can break free from that feeling too.
Absolutely. It doesn't require a complete overhaul of your life to feel better. Sometimes all you need is to open a small door for change. It could be something simple like trying a new hobby, signing up for a class, or even taking a walk every day.
Exactly. Little things, even tiny changes, can make a huge difference. Those small actions can help your brain remember that things don't have to stay still. You're not stuck, you're moving, even if it's in small steps. It's like telling yourself, hey, we're not just standing still, we're making progress, even if it's slow.
Right. It's those little acts of change that remind you that you're alive, that there's room for growth. You don't have to make a huge leap to feel better. Sometimes just adding one new thing to your day, like reading for 10 minutes, trying a new recipe, or taking a different route to work, can break the cycle.
Yeah, it's like hitting the reset button, but without having to completely flip your life upside down. By adding those small changes, you remind yourself that you're in control of the direction you go, and even if it's slow, you're still moving forward.
Exactly. You might not feel like you're making big waves, but you're starting to shift your life one little movement at a time. It's like starting to flow again after being stagnant. Each small step is its own victory.
And the best part is you don't have to do it alone. Even the tiniest changes are better when you share them. Maybe you start a new hobby and you find a group of people who are doing the same thing. Or you start walking and a friend joins you. Small changes can start a chain reaction, and before you know it, you're out of that stuck feeling and back to living fully.
Exactly. The key takeaway here is that feeling stuck doesn't mean you're broken. It just means you're in a space where things aren't moving, and that's okay. The important part is recognizing that you have the power to change it, even with small steps.
So if you're feeling stagnant right now, don't worry. Just find one small thing to change today and watch how it starts to make a difference. Moving forward is all about taking those little steps, one after the other.
And remember, even the smallest movement is a step away from feeling stuck. It's all about getting the flow back. You're not stagnant, you're in the process of change, and that's something to be excited about.
So take that first step, no matter how small it seems. You've got this.
Now, let's talk about something we all wrestle with, the old dream. You know, that big goal you had when you were younger? By 25, I'll have this, or by 30, I'll have that.
Oh, yeah, I definitely had those ideas. I used to think I had to be in a management position by a certain age. It was like my career had to hit these milestones by a specific timeline. But when I wasn't there by that age, I felt like I failed.
And that's the tricky part. Sometimes we put pressure on ourselves to meet these dreams and deadlines that we set years ago. But what we forget is that those dreams were based on who we were back then, not who we are now. The truth is, maybe that old dream doesn't align with the person you've become.
Exactly. It's like wearing shoes that were perfect for you when you were 18, but now they're too small. You're still trying to make them fit, but it's uncomfortable and just doesn't work anymore.
Yes, the problem is we hold on to these old goals and dreams thinking that they're still supposed to fit us perfectly, but the reality is our lives change, we change, and sometimes those dreams don't fit the person we've grown into. That's totally okay though.
Right. The key is, instead of squeezing yourself into those old goals, you get to update them. You're allowed to change your dreams as you evolve. It's not about giving up on your ambitions, but about realigning them with who you are now.
I love that. It's like upgrading your dream. When you were younger, maybe you wanted a specific job or life goal, but as you've learned more about yourself, those goals might need to evolve. And that's okay. It's a part of growth.
Absolutely. And it's not a failure to change direction. If your old dream isn't working for you anymore, it's just a sign that you've grown. You're no longer that person you were when you first set those goals. It's about finding new dreams that excite and challenge you now.
Think about it. How often do we hear about people who have switched careers, changed paths, or reinvented themselves in their 30s, 40s, or even 50s? That's because dreams can be fluid. It's never too late to shift gears and chase a new vision for your life.
Exactly. So if you feel like your old dream doesn't fit anymore, don't beat yourself up. Instead, ask yourself, what do I really want now? What new dreams can I create that reflect who I am today?
And don't be afraid to let go of the past. You're allowed to adjust, grow, and set new goals that truly align with your current self. It's not about staying stuck in an old vision. It's about embracing change and letting that new version of your dream emerge.
So, whether you're in your 20s, 30s, or beyond, remember, your dream doesn't have to be set in stone. It's okay to let it change as you do. And when you do that, you create space for new and better opportunities that actually fit who you are now.
Exactly. The most important thing is that you keep moving forward, even if it means changing your direction. Don't be afraid to reinvent your dream. It's part of your growth, and it's never too late to update your goals to reflect your current reality.
So, take a deep breath. If your dream no longer fits, let it go and create one that does. You deserve it.
Let's talk about something a lot of us struggle with, what I like to call chapter compare syndrome. You ever look at someone else's life and think, why am I not there yet?
Oh, definitely. It's like watching a Netflix show. You're on season 1 just getting started, and someone else is on season 5 with everything figured out.
And here's the thing. When you're watching a show, you don't call the main character a failure for being on episode 1. They're just at the beginning of their story. They're not behind. They're right where they're supposed to be.
Exactly. We're all at different points in the game of life. Some people are at the beginning, others in the middle, and some are in the final chapters. But that doesn't mean one person is failing or falling behind. It just means everyone has their own timeline, their own journey.
It's easy to get stuck in that comparison trap. You see someone else hitting milestones you haven't reached yet, and you start to feel like you're running out of time. But really, you're just on a different chapter, and that's perfectly fine.
Right. Everyone's story is different. We're not in competition with anyone else. Just because someone else is further along doesn't mean they're doing better than you. They're just in a different part of their story.
And if you're still in the early chapters, that's not a bad thing. It's just where you are right now. Think about it. Sometimes early chapters set the foundation for the rest of the story. Without those beginning steps, you wouldn't have the depth or character growth for later chapters.
That's such a good point. You can't skip ahead to the ending without going through the process. So instead of worrying about where you are compared to someone else, focus on the progress you're making in your own story.
Exactly. Your journey is unique, and it doesn't need to look like anyone else's. Instead of asking, why am I not there yet? Ask, what can I learn from my current chapter?
And remember, just because you're not in the later chapters yet doesn't mean you won't get there. Everyone's story unfolds at its own pace. Keep going at your own speed, and when you look back, you'll see how far you've come.
So let go of the comparison. Focus on your own chapter, your own growth, and know that the best part of your story is still ahead. You're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be. Here's the truth. Starting over doesn't have to be this big dramatic event. It's not about making massive changes all at once. It's more like slowly adjusting the course of a ship. One small degree today, another degree tomorrow.
That's right. Little steps really do add up over time. If you're thinking of making a change, don't worry about doing everything at once. Start with small actions. Maybe you spend 10 minutes reading an article about the job you've always dreamed of, or go for a quick 10-minute walk after work.
Exactly. Those small steps may seem tiny in the moment, but they're powerful. Over time, those little actions build momentum, and before you know it, you've made real progress. So don't worry if you can't make a huge leap today, just take one step forward.
And here's something important. Don't beat yourself up if you miss a day or feel lazy. It happens. We're all human. The key is to not let that stop you. Just pick up right where you left off. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep going.
That's the beauty of small steps. They're forgiving. If you stumble or slow down for a bit, it's okay. Just keep moving forward, even if it's in small doses. It's like taking a few steps each day toward your goal. You'll be amazed at how much ground you cover over time.
Exactly. You don't need to have everything figured out. Each small action is part of the bigger picture. One day you'll look back and realize how far you've come just by taking it one step at a time.
So if you're feeling overwhelmed by the idea of starting over, just focus on one small thing today. It's not about making giant changes. It's about staying consistent and moving forward, little by little. Every step counts, no matter how small it seems.
And the best part is those small steps create momentum. The more you take, the more natural it becomes to keep going. So don't worry about having a big, perfect plan. Just take that first step and let the rest unfold.
So what small step can you take today? Even if it's just one tiny action, it'll make a difference. And over time, you'll look back and see just how far you've come. Let's take a moment to explore some of the words and phrases we use today. These aren't just helpful for understanding this episode, they're perfect for adding to your everyday vocabulary. And you can start using them in your own life right away.
First up, we have catch up. It's something we've all experienced at some point, right? It means to reach the same level as someone or something after falling behind. Maybe you've been away from a project for a while, and now you need to catch up with the latest updates. Or perhaps, like in English, if you've missed a few lessons, it's time to catch up so you're back on track with everyone else. It's about bridging that gap and getting back up to speed.
Then there's the word stagnant. This one has a bit of a negative feeling to it, doesn't it? It's when something isn't moving or changing. Picture water in a pond that doesn't flow. Over time, it becomes stagnant. That can happen in life, too. You might feel stagnant in a job or a routine where nothing seems to be improving. Maybe things aren't bad, but you're stuck in one place and you're not seeing any growth. But here's the thing. It's okay to feel stagnant sometimes. It's a signal that it might be time for a change.
Now let's talk about misaligned. This is when things don't fit or match well together. Have you ever felt like your goals or your values don't quite line up with what you're doing? Maybe you're working a job that doesn't align with your true passions or living a lifestyle that doesn't feel like it's you anymore. It's like trying to wear shoes that are too small. You can force them on, but they're not going to fit properly. That's when you know it's time to reassess and make adjustments to realign with who you are now.
We also mentioned the saying, the grass isn't always greener. It's so easy to compare ourselves to others, especially with what we see on social media. We look at someone else's life and think it's perfect, whether it's their job, their relationship, or their house. But remember, what you see on the outside isn't always the full picture. Things that seem perfect may have hidden struggles that you don't see. That's why it's important not to idealize someone else's life. The grass might seem greener on the other side, but it's just as important to nurture what you have and appreciate your own journey.
And then there's bounce back. To bounce back means to recover from something difficult. We've all had setbacks, right? But what really matters is your ability to bounce back. It's about resilience, the strength to keep going even after life knocks you down. Maybe you didn't get the result you wanted in something, but bouncing back means taking that experience, learning from it, and coming back stronger.
Finally, we wrapped up with The Ball is in Your Court. This one's a classic, and it's all about responsibility. It means it's your turn to make a decision or take action. Just like in a game, when you pass the ball to someone, it's up to them to make their move. In life, sometimes we wait for others to take the lead, but there are times when the ball is in your court, and now it's up to you to make the next move.
So take these words with you. Whether you're learning English or simply reflecting on your journey, these expressions can help you put things into perspective. And remember, the more you use them, the more they'll help you express yourself and understand where you're headed in life. Just keep going and you'll see how far those small steps can take you. So, as we wrap up, remember, life doesn't stay the same. Even when it feels like it's stuck, change is inevitable.
And it's never too late to start over. Whether it's a new goal, a new direction, or even a small habit, everything counts.
So, what's one tiny step you can take today to start fresh?
Think about it. Write it down. And if you're ready to share, let us know in the comments. We're here cheering for you.
Absolutely, we're all in this together.
Take care, and remember, no matter where you are in your story, you're right where you need to be.